I was speaking to a woman recently, and I said, you know, another way to look at this is that your life is a gift from God. That every day you get up and say, wow, today, here I am, above ground again. And that means today is a gift from God. Now, what I do with today is my gift back to God. So if I'm a really unsatisfied customer in the universe, do I need to elaborate? No, I didn't think so. Then that's not a very nice gift back to God, is it? Right? It's just not. You know, I mean, yes, the life, you know, if we look at our life as a gift rather than sort of like this big black hole that we need to just be suffered through and find things to fill it with. You know, deep in the spirit, to me, means that it's to glorify the life of God in you. You know, to live from the highest intention and aspiration of your soul. You know, to let your light shine. Like it says in the Bible, do not hide your light under a bushel. Is there any part of you that really thinks you went through all the trouble to incarnate only to hide your light under a bushel? No, of course not. You didn't come here to do that. You know that your life, you know, is to bear witness to the good of God, to the truth made manifest. You know, if your life is not, people somehow think that, you know, if my life doesn't work, well, you know, I'm really close to God. Just because your life doesn't work does not mean you're really close to God. I admit you might be praying a lot more often. But it doesn't mean that you're really close to the presence, that the presence is really living in you and expressing through you. Your life working well, you having, you know, abundantly loving relationships and abundance in the world and being fully creatively expressed, you know, and you being forgiving and compassionate. That expresses a lot of God. That's what glorifies God. You going around like, oh, my life doesn't work. I hate my life. When will this be over? That does not glorify God. You know, it really, really doesn't. You know, so what this requires of us, I believe, is this requires a willingness to surrender our life to God. You know, God places you where you need to be and brings the people into your life who need to be there when you surrender your life to God. All right? In all of it, you know, in all of that is everything you need to glorify God, you know, to glorify the presence of God with your living. You know, it's not something awful to get through. It's about bringing a greater consciousness forth from within ourselves, where the natural outpicturing of that consciousness is that healings take place, and love is the order of the day, and our needs are met, and we're happy to be here, and people are happy to see you, and on and on and on. You know, so what I mean is that your life connected to God is the answer to the problem, whatever the problem is. Your connection to God is the answer. In everything, I have to be more connected to God. I have to be more connected to love. In everything, I have to be more connected to the truth. That is the answer. You know, it's like we think we have lots of problems, don't we? Oh, I've got this relationship problem, and I've got this thing at work, and then I've got this thing with my neighbors, and then I've got this thing with my health, and then, of course, oh, well, God, there's money. God knows about that. And we think we have all these things, all these different areas that we've got to sort of manage and take care of and all that stuff. We have one problem. The science of mind teaches us that there's only one problem, and that problem is that you believe that you're separate from God. Now, if you look at your life and you say, well, I have these areas of my life that work pretty well, in those areas you believe that you're connected to something greater, that you are actually part of something greater, or that something greater is actually working through you. Now, this is a clue. That's why those areas of your life work so well.